Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Hogarth's Global Astrology. Know your planets, know yourself, or know your nation, know yourself. The two are interchangeable. And of course, this is the next installment in Thursday Fry Up. And thank you for those who have submitted questions and stuff like that. Interesting one. Some quite interesting stuff coming up. Also, as well, I've seen some questions that have appeared in the chat. So I'm going to try and do some of those as well. And before I begin the show, please, of course, please don't forget to like and subscribe and share with others if you haven't done so already. It really helps the channel. Thank you to everyone as well who's been donating to the channel, Hogily and stuff like that. But if you're not able to donate, watch an ad. Count to 11 seconds and then click off. Yeah, that's one way that you can donate as well if you feel like supporting the channel and you have the patience, because it really does help. Before we begin as well, I've done two videos. Oh, when was it? Gosh, when did I do it? Was it Tuesday? I can't even remember. I think I did two videos on one day. So before I will begin the Thursday Friday, but so these videos have gone out to membership. So I did Princess Catherine, or Kate, as we still often refer to her in the UK, Princess Catherine and William, and I looked at their charts. Now, I wanted to avoid this subject because I was like, the whole world and his wife has already kind of commented on this and stuff like that. However, I felt it was important to look at this from the Vedic perspective. And let me tell you, eye-opener, absolute eye-opener. So I'll probably do the Kate one, I don't know, probably after Hogily or maybe on a Monday or something like that. Really, really interesting. Again, from the Vedic perspective and stuff like that. Wow. Yeah, you can just see it all. It's all laid bare. Someone's saying here, well, let me just click on this. Someone's saying here, I hate all the celebrity stuff, but day after day, my YouTube was saturated with it. That takes some big bucks. Yeah, it's one of those things. I wanted to kind of stay away from it. However, it's very difficult to avoid the subject, particularly royal family as well, because we need to remember it's a global brand, as Whimsy would say. Whimsy's done a lot on this, and actually she's really onto something, and she usually is anyway. But particularly in terms of things like substances and stuff like that she's been talking about, which has been uncomfortable for some people. Let me tell you, when you look at it from the Vedic perspective and principles, wow, you can really see some stuff. And look, why is this such a global thing? The royal family is a big global brand, as we know. They're bringing billions for Britain, but it's archetypes. Yeah, it's the princess, it's the prince, it's the king, it's the queen, universal archetypes for all of humanity. So check that one out. Well, I'll probably maybe Monday, let's say maybe Monday, Sunday, Monday, it depends. I also did archetypes for Putin. Oh gosh. Now, I know you guys really loved the Trump archetypes that I did. The Putin ones has to be seen to be believed. I do this kind of consultation stuff all the time, as you know, and this is me debuting this technique that I've been sharing with my clients, but my God, it is so revealing. So revealing. So that will be out probably next week as well. That's gone to the Chalice of Light membership, which is the top tier membership, and then it will come out later for everyone else later on. So thanks. So I just wanted to get all of that out the way, and I wanted to avoid the Kate and William stuff, but I just had to. And also as well, when you look at Harry's chart, Diana's chart, Meghan Markle's chart, it's all connected. They're all connected. One day I might actually just do a special where I just read them all. Charles, William, Harry, Meghan, and Catherine. I'll read them all together, and then we can see how that all plays out. Anyway, let's get stuck in with the questions. But who's here? Let's have a little look-see. And I've been trying to rest up as well, as you guys know. I'm trying to look after the health and all of this kind of stuff. Ooh, what's going on here? I don't know about this one. So Phil, hello Phil. Anyone wonder what is really going on with Johnny Depp and MBS? MBS, I can't even remember who that is. Are there unexpected aspects of their friendship? Just seems hinky. Oh, I don't know about that. Teresa Campbell saying hi, or beautiful day. Oh, hi, or beautiful day in West Florida. That's good to know. And then she says, I don't wonder about Johnny Depp. Me neither, really. But anyway, it was a big story a while ago, wasn't it? With all that stuff with the ex-wife. Oh, what's this here? Tartan Spices. Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot had some clairvoyant remote viewings that resonates with the Empress card and the tumbleweeds that came out from under. You get my drift regarding Navalny. Yes, but of course she would. I mean, she's excellent. And of course, I know who she is. After often watch Revealing Light Tarot, but I think I'm the only one that refers to the Empress in that way. As you guys know, I read the cards and I read charts, a bit differently. But it wouldn't surprise me, that she's picking up that energy, because I have always pretty much associated the Empress card with Russia, and it works perfectly. It just consistently shows up, at least for me, in that way. And the under the skirts thing, turned out to be true, isn't it? Anyway, let's get on with the show. Let's get stuck in. And so I'm going to do the questions that people have sent me and from the chat. So thank you as well to everyone who's joining me now. Thanks for questions and all that stuff. So let's see. So we've got a couple of Trumpy questions. Let's see. We're going to do Houthis. And then people's feeling unwell and all that stuff. We're going to touch on that a little bit. And then we've got some Duck L'Orange and all, of course, the FBI investigations and stuff like that into Russia, and then whatever turns up in the chat as well. So if you've got some questions for me, put them in the chat. I'll try and scroll down and see all of them if I can. Yeah, but put them in, and I'll try and star them and see if we can get through. All right, who are we going to look at first? Let's look at the Houthis. And that's come in, of course, from Nicola, who loves the international questions. So here we are. So the Houthis have struck another ship in the Red Sea, leaving a vessel abandoned and listing. Have seen that France has now sent naval vessels in, but will the Houthi supply routes and their missiles be located / disarmed so that trade routes can restart? Now, we have touched on the Houthis. Let me just put my phone on airplane mode just in case I get randomly interrupted. But do you remember what I said? I said with the Houthis, I said I feel like Putinshka has been involved in that in a way to disrupt global trade, therefore putting up things like commodities, petrol, etc., and stuff like that. So by the time it comes around to the election, with inflation, etc., all this kind of stuff, we know that can affect the popularity of, a president. So really, look, particularly when you see my archetypes video on him, wow, extraordinary. What am I rummaging for? That's it. I'm rummaging for my cards. But let's see here. So that's where I really feel the bigger aspect of it is, but also as well the Houthis, they say they're protesting as well in regards things to Palestine and all of this kind of stuff. So there's all sorts of stuff going on. Sorry, forgive me, I need a bit of lip balm. I normally do that before I'm on live. So let's see what's going on. France is obviously sending ships, according to Nicola. So let's see what's going on. Will the Houthi supply routes and their missiles be located / disarmed so that trade routes can restart? It doesn't completely stop trade routes, of course, but it means they have to go a lot longer, because when you go through the Red Sea, obviously you've got that canal part there. It means you can go to the Mediterranean and then go down the back of Africa and reach those other trade routes. If not, that means you have to go all the way around Africa, which of course is a continent and can add weeks onto things, and expense, more fuel, more oil, or whatever it is that they use. So let's have a look here. Let's see what's going on. Quite interesting, though, isn't it? That globally, you know, they want the trade routes to be working, you know, but no one seems to be kind of wanting to kind of stop the violence, you know, from I just anyway. Interesting that. Anyway, let's have a look. You know, how many people have to die before there's a bloody ceasefire in that place? What is it? Must be getting close to 25. I don't know how many dead now, just way, way up there. Anyway, Houthis, trade routes. Let's have a look, see what's going on. Interesting. This is all about agreements. It is about money. Look, all right, here we go. Here we go. Look, to start off the whole question, yeah, trade routes, will they return, etc., and stuff like that. We have the King of Pentacles. Now, we know the King of Pentacles, of course, deals with wealth, finance, money. This is the man or the male archetype, as it were, but not always male, but usually male, who has succeeded in life. But this, look, if you see here, it's all there. It's all about Taurus and the bull. Taurus as a sign deals with tangible assets of all kinds. That's really what it is, the natural second house. So it deals with stored resources. It deals with food, yeah, grain, fruits, vegetables, flowers, art, savings, asset classes of all kinds. So of course here we're asking about the Houthis and global trade. Look who shows up straight away is the King of Pentacles. So obviously leadership around the world in general, and any captains of industry, captainesses, or no, that's not even a word, queens of industry, shall we say, are worried about their goods and their services, and they want action on this. So we can see here the cards have totally tuned in. We have the Ten of Cups here in the obstacle position. Now, whenever we're talking about politics, we're often the GOP comes up with this, which is like the false family and all of this kind of stuff. But if we look here, what is the Ten of Cups? It is about, you can see, it's the family rejoicing, the happy days, the bright horizons. We're all good, we're all happy. However, it has turned up in the obstacle position. So, of course, people are not happy because this, of course, will be affecting what? Livelihoods, cash flow, systems of trades, goods, and services of all kinds. But I say services. Services aren't delivered by ship usually, but trades and goods, yeah? Trades and goods are being affected. And it's actually starting to affect people's livelihoods. So, of course, you know, France is going to go over there and take some action because this is affecting the globe. If we look here in the middle card, we'll discuss in many ways what the whole reading is about. So we can see here it's to do with what? Aggression, violence. We've got the Knight of Swords here. This is about determination, moving forward at speed, but with an aggressive kind of nature. It's a very action-oriented card, and I would say it's really the fastest card on the deck. Because you can see here, although you can't see the back hooves, but this is the moment when a horse is running at full gallop, when all of the hooves are off the floor at once. So this is maximum speed. This can describe the potential aggression of the Houthis and their determination to disrupt global trade routes, etc., for whatever reasons are and whoever their paymasters are. But this is also potentially France wanting to get stuck in there and other vested interests that want the routes obviously clear so that things can move quickly. Do you see? The other indicators as well with global trade, etc., are turning up here in the Lovers. The Lovers is not just about relationships and marriage. It is about trade, goods, services, particularly of an international kind as well. So we can see right here, this is what is at the crux of the matter. And then we have the victory card that has come out here. So is that a victory for Houthis or is that a victory for France? My instinct is that this is probably more like a victory for France. They do have a very sophisticated armed forces, all of that kind of stuff. They are, you know, quite a significant power in terms of army and stuff like that. And they tend to be very accurate as well, as far as what I'm aware. So it's looking like here Macron is wanting to score a win. And it looks like, yeah, he might succeed. It could be that France might be more successful against the Houthis than others, particularly as well as we know France has a colonial connection as well with quite a few areas in Africa, and just from a historical perspective tend to know, shall we say, be more aware, Afrocentric aware than, say, maybe other countries in Europe, for good or for ill. I'm not saying that the whole colonial kind of stuff with France was good. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they have a more of a cultural connection and a bit more of an understanding of what is going on in Africa than, say, like Britain or America, for example, which really doesn't have that much to do with Africa at all. Really, a little bit, but not much. Anyway, so I hope that answered that question. Looks like Macron might be getting some kind of victory, but we'll have to see. Houthis could score a win as well, but that could be dangerous. All right, let's see who else is in the house. Let's see here. What's this? So let's see here. Someone has asked, Kim has asked, will Hamas return the remaining hostages to Israel, or have they already been killed by Hamas? How is the war going to end? Oh, do you know what? Let's read on that now. Why not? Let's read on that now, because of course it is a live show. So I like to be a bit more freestyling. I think a lot of those hostages might be dead, you know, to be honest. That's my instincts when I tune in. But it's just gone so out of proportion, hasn't it? All of it is so out of proportion. And that Netanyahu, I'm sorry, I've said it before, entertainment purposes only, he's a psychopath. And I don't care what anyone says, he is. He exhibits every single trait of being that. And he knew a year before these attacks were going to happen. He knew. Remember, that emerged. That's not conspiracy theory. That is classified, not classified, categorical fact now. Anyway, let me click on the question again because I've almost forgotten it. Will Hamas return the remaining hostages to Israel, or have they already been killed? How is the war going to end? Let's ask, how is the war going to end? Because in a way, it's just gone so beyond that tit for tat now. I don't know how many Palestinians are dead, but I think it's at least probably 25,000 now. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of almost gone wildly beyond. So let's take a look at maybe how the war will end. How will this end? How will the war likely end? How interesting. Okay. This isn't, the cards have come up with an interesting answer here. Look. So here, first card out is the Nine of Cups. Yeah, Nine of Cups, which is the card of what? Satisfaction. Yeah, satisfaction. Getting your wish. It's a wish fulfillment card. Wish fulfillment. Yeah. But whose wishes are being fulfilled? Yeah. So if we look at this from the perspective of the war coming to an end, I think that would, fulfill a lot of people's wishes, wouldn't it? Let's say in terms of the international stage and just people in general, yes, people want the war to end. So it does look like there will be an end to this war, but this card can also represent the smug merchant as well. Someone that is self-satisfied or self-important. Now I wonder who that is. Now, for my instinct, I think this is a bit of BB going on here. Yeah, that's what I think. If we look here, We got the victory card, returns again. You saw me shuffle thoroughly, and he's back. But it has turned in, it's turned up in the obstacle position. So there may be a smug merchant that maybe doesn't get the victory that they potentially want. Yeah. A smug merchant that maybe doesn't get the victory that they want. And then when we look here in the middle, we've got here decisions to be made, not wanting to face making certain decisions, the Two of Swords, being blind to the obvious. Yeah, being blind to the obvious. And I can't help but thinking this might be about Netanyahu, you know, because here the Two of Swords is about making choices. All twos are about making choices, but you notice that the blindfold is on. So it means a person has to make a choice, but they might be denying the obvious. They're not wanting to see things as they really are. Yeah. If we look here, we've got the Page of Wands. Now, the pages all deal with messages, and wands are, of course, about fire, about passion, desire, spirituality, righteousness, all of these kind of things. But the pages are also youthful cards as well. So I have a feeling this has got a lot to do with the youth. Yeah, the youth. I don't know when the next elections are due in Israel, but I have a feeling that, you know, the youth are going to have a tremendous amount to say about it. But it's not just that as well. I think this is the youth around the world that are sick and tired of the indecision happening on the global stage. Yeah, because it literally it deals with Page of Wands literally deals with students, people speaking up, having their voices heard. And then we see wands are here again. This is the Eight of Wands, and this is things moving at a rapid pace, developing quickly. The sense I get is there is a decision that needs to be made about Bibi, yeah, or AKA Netanyahu. And I think this is global leaders kind of procrastinating about this decision that has to be made, which has now become obvious to everyone. Yeah, but everyone's trying to deny what is going on. Yeah, they're trying to deny what is going on because there's someone smug, someone self-satisfied, and potentially even quite self-absorbed, yeah, who's obsessed with the victory, but it's turned in this obstacle position. And I think the discontent and the voices around the world, particularly from the young, are increasing constantly. And something has to give. Something has to give. So I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say the war will end when Netanyahu is removed, either legally via an election where people make choices, or removed in some other kind of way. That could happen really quickly. I'll let you kind of put that into your imagination, what that could be, but that's how I'm seeing it. Because here, globally, the youth are absolutely sick to the back teeth of this whole situation. And this also includes the Israeli youth as well. I think they want the war to stop as well. But globally, my God, the students are just apoplectic about this. And they despise the indecision and dithering that is happening on the international stage, to seeming to want to satisfy someone who's very, self-absorbed. That's how I'm seeing it. That's my spin, for entertainment purposes only. Thanks for your question. And let's see here. Let's have a look. Oh, there's some stuff. Oh, thank you. Oh, Juniper's Tarot here. So let's just see here. Let me just click up on that and see what your question is as well. What's that there? Thank you so much for your donation. So Juniper's Tarot has said, hey, Hoagie, I recently did your astrology spread that you showed. It was archetypes. Just so you know, it was archetypes. Hey, I did that you showed us, and it worked out perfectly for the type of tarot readings that I do, which is true crime. Really appreciate your teachings. Teaching us the spread. Thank you. I'm so glad, and thank you for your donation. I'm so glad that you found it useful. I've been doing this this technique for years now. This archetypal blueprint that I call it. My clients know. If you want to know any more about it and the results, just ask them. I think you see the reviews on Facebook, my Facebook page or whatever. And it really, really is. It's something alchemical. It's something magical. And I'm so glad that it's worked for you, because it really, it just helps you pinpoint. You guys, when you see the Putin video, get ready. And I pulled some tarot on that as well. And I was really quite shocked. But anyway, so thank you so much, Juniper's Tarot, for that. What's this here? What's this? Will Hammers. Oh yeah, I read on that. Let's see. Oh, here we are. This is coming from Connie B. We're at AT&T and other cell services. Oh, were AT&T and other services hacked? Hacked in what sense? To get information on who? Maybe. Could you give me a bit more context on that? I think I need a bit more context to understand. What do you mean, like hacked in general, so no one could use their services, or hacked to get information? So I need a bit more clarity on that one, Connie B. I hope you don't mind. Let's see who else is in. Barbara's saying, finally catching a live Thursday fry-up. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Let's see. Someone's saying here, Amber Heard, you should be married to Johnny Depp. But they're divorced, aren't they? They were married. I don't know, unless they've remarried again. I doubt that, though. And someone's saying she's in the Aquaman movies, but I think she was cut out of the second one, wasn't she? Because it all went a bit pear-shaped. Oh, right. Someone's saying here, I heard things aren't going well for Catherine and William. No, they are not. And Catherine in particular, they both are, but Catherine's going through a dark night of the soul moment. She really is. But watch when I release that video. Like I said, maybe Sunday, Monday, I'll release that video and then you can see for yourselves. It's gone out to membership first. Let's see here. Oh, Shari's having a little chat. Hello, Shari. Howdy, Hogarth and chat. And what else do we have here? Lot of greetings. Any more question? Petrol prices UK have gone up for. Yeah. Oh, look. So Nicola's saying petrol prices in the UK have gone up 4p a litre in the last 2 days since that boat got hit. Yes, it's all part of it. That's why I'm seeing it as a kind of a sabotage of the global economy to cause more instability. And I'm sure Putinska is involved as well. Wouldn't shock me at all. Bev is saying emissions for the sun are causing havoc with some of our satellites. Check out Mr. MBB333 Earth Watcher. Yes. Zoom, all of that stuff. I thought it was just me, but then when I reached out to you guys were like, us too. So yes, the sun is getting very active. All right. Let's take this question. Then we're going to do some duck l'orange, because there's some that's come in here. Now, Nicola has asked, so thank you, Nicola, for your questions. You've provided a lot of the show today. Nicola's asked, is there anything planetary-wise that explains the exhaustion and the exhaustion that a lot of people are feeling right now? Several have commented on being completely drained. All right, so I saw this. I think we're now in a time window where I can talk a little bit more about this. But what I want to say is, I know what it is, yeah? But if I told you guys explicitly what it is, my channel would get shut down, just so you know. And I'll repeat, if I explicitly told you, all of you, what it is, my channel would get shut down. So I can only allude to things. However, there is a planetary alignment coming up, which is an absolute whopper, folks. Absolute whopper. And in fact, actually, look at this. I'm going to share my screen with you. I wasn't planning to do this. Look at that, Nicola. Your question has prompted an impromptu astrological dive. Yeah, because of course I'm an astrologer after all. Let's do this. Let's do share entire screen. And I will show you what I'm talking about. All right. So here we are. Now let me get up me let's get up me astrological software so you guys can see this. I need to be able to see myself a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to contract it this way a little. Oh, come on. Don't mess about. Contract it this way a little. Oh, why has it done that? Ugh. Forgive. This is annoying. There we are. And let's come down a little bit. Let's go like this. And let's move this over. Right, now what I want to show you, folks, I'm going to show you this astrological alignment that is happening on 29th, 30th of March, 2025. Yeah, 2025. Let me just show you this. Let's just do new birth chart. So you're just going to see it on the main screen. Let's put here, I'm going to put here what I'm going to call it Whopper alignment. And let's put in, I'm going to put the 30th. I'm going to put 30th here of the 3rd. So that's just over a year from now, 2025. Yeah. 2025, and I'll just keep everything the same. In fact, let's do USA. Let's do USA and let's do Washington. Yeah, Washington, DC. Washington. I've dropped the G. I can't even spell Washington. DC district. Right there we are. I'm going to calculate. And I want you to look over here. Do you see this, guys? Do you see this? Now, look, when houses are empty, it doesn't mean that they're not working. But when planets have houses in them, it means emphasis. Remember that, it means emphasis. What you guys may or may not know, I've probably not said it enough, but basically back in 2019, you can literally ask my friends. In 2019, I said, guys, if you think this year is intense, we're all very busy, having an intense year, so busy, so much business. I said, 2020, guys, is going to be weird, messed up, and almost kind of evil. Yeah. I said, something's going to happen to the whole world that has never happened before. I said it's going to be really odd and really strange. And I said the average 9 to 5 will be thrown out of the window and working practices will never be the same again. I said, I can't tell you exactly what it is, but I said it's going to be something like a virus or computer virus. I thought it was going to be an international hacking of internet or something like that, but a virus of some kind. So obviously wasn't far wrong, was I? And I predicted that in 2019. You can actually speak to my friends today. I told, because I used to manage conferences and stuff like that, and I told all of my staff to get second jobs because of something massive that was going to come and disrupt the world. And that was because I saw a big stellium happen in sidereal Sagittarius at that time, which happened on Christmas Day 2019, but I saw it coming in advance. I was talking about this in the summer, July of 2019. Before you know what was even a twinkle in the global eye. What I can say to you guys in regards to Nicola's question, yeah, about why people are feeling so ill and stuff like that, I cannot tell you explicitly, but I know what it is. And I think some of you guys know already, for entertainment purposes only. Look at this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 planets in sidereal Pisces. And in fact, if I take this back to the 29th, if I do file edit, edit data, And if I take this to the 29th, let's see, if I put this on the 29th and calculate, see, oh, look at that, even better. Well, not better. On the 29th, so let's say now what it means is this. So you see here, the moon is here as well. So this is a new moon. So that means we're going to have eight factors at play, 8 planetary factors in sidereal Pisces on the 29th of March. Now think about this. Think about how significant that is. This is quite soon after the presidential elections, yeah? The president, assuming all goes well, will be inaugurated, what, on the 17th of January, isn't it? Something like that. 17th of January, 2025, let's say, assuming all goes well. This is just a couple of months after that. There is no way that there will not be some kind of huge global event happening at this time with that many planets in sidereal Pisces. The giveaway here is Chiron as well, which is what? The wounded healer. Pisces as a sign, it's a beautiful sign, but it can deal a lot with illusions and delusions. Let's not forget that. Illusions and delusions. It's also oceanic. We're going to have big news about the oceans, the seas. There's going to be remarkable breakthroughs, especially in regards to animals and stuff like that. Do you remember I said there are going to be more people being able to talk to animals? It's already happening with my clients already. But the important thing is this, and I've not really spoken about this in explicit detail in my public videos. Here Saturn comes in. Saturn is the planet of reality. Yeah, reality. Also deals with governments, remember. Big business of all kinds. Big business of all kinds. Hierarchical structures, all of this kind of stuff. What is Neptune? Neptune is a very spiritual planet. He's very powerful now and dissolves the boundaries between the three-dimensional world and the realms beyond. But remember, he deals with illusions, delusions, liquids of all kinds, drink, drugs, psychedelics, and pharmaceuticals. And that's probably as far as I can go to say on that. But what I would say is this. Remember what I call Saturn? I call Saturn balloon popper. Balloon popper. He's the planet of reality. In Western astrology, of course, they're saying that Saturn is in Pisces already, but he's not. He's not. Remember, I do the sidereal positions, which are the true positions. Of course, Western astrology still works, but where the physical body of the planets are matters, because that is the manifestation. We've got an 8-planet stellium here in sidereal Pisces. And when Saturn, planet of reality, comes into and enjoys all of this, a huge illusion and delusion will be destroyed. Something is going to go pop, 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 pop. And we're going to find out a lot of stuff. And then you will have your answers. I know what it is, but I can't say. You have to work it out for yourself, unfortunately, because of just the nature of how things are. There's there's, again, for entertainment purposes only, but there's a lot of censorship, folks, a lot. So what is the astrology causing everyone to feel sick and upset? No, not really. The sun flares, yes, that can do it. But when Saturn goes in here and joins all of these planets, then it will become very clear what's been going on. Saturn is the planet of reality. Rahu also deals with illusions and delusions, can also deal with lies, yeah, scandals. Venus deals with rejuvenation. Venus deals with food, pleasure, and all this stuff. But look, she's going retrograde. She also deals with peace, going retrograde. Neptune, I've already explained. Mercury deals with the media, also retrograde. Sun deals with leaderships, and Moon is the public. Yeah. So I will just leave it there. And that is the most I've even actually said about that topic. I hope that's not spooked you out too much, but I can't say any more than that. But I know, I've known for years, And many people have known for years. I know exactly what it is, exactly what it is. But anyway, so thanks for that. Thanks for that question. I wasn't expecting to do an impromptu astrology thing, but you could see that for yourself. Stelliums like that, they do not happen very often. It means big events, big global events. Anyway, I'll talk about it more nearer the time. Let's look here. Let's do a little bit. Let's do, how am I doing on time? Let's do a little bit. Let's do a bit of Duck L'Orange. Huh? My God, this guy. Isn't it astonishing that he's even still in the running? I just don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. So let's see which one here. All right, this is coming from Manuela Orchid. So she says, hi, Hoagie. After all this money Trump has to pay, I'm sure he will leave the country. Do you see it in the cards? And also, who will be the next president of the USA, or will there be one at all? Thank you. Much love from Manuela. Great question. Let's tackle both. Yeah, let's tackle both. Duck L'Orange. Now, as you guys know, I've been saying for years, I said, look, I think he's got three options. He's got three options. Either, well, one option is some kind of health crisis, yeah, where he's just taken out. Now, of course, we don't wish that for anyone, even for Duck L'Orange and all that kind of stuff. But he could have something. And of course, many of us readers have been talking about his heart for ages, yeah. Oh, there's 376 of you here. Thank you so much for joining me. Much appreciated. So there's that. Or he will fake an illness. Remember, I've also been saying that as well. He will fake an illness. Go, if you're not sure, look back at my old Trump videos, especially my really early ones, if you can find them in the archive. The third one, of course, is that he flees. I've been saying for years, look, I've never Trump rotting in jail. I'm not the only one who said that. Think about it. Think about it. This is a man who's never, until now, really faced any kind of accountability at all. I mean, can you really see? I mean, if he is in the orange suit, obviously you're not going to be able to tell where his head begins, his head and neck begins, and the red suit, the orange suit starts, because he is so orange, yeah. But really, Trump sitting in jail, you know, I don't know. Everything has been so drawn out and procrastinated. I still think if he does have prison, it will be some kind of house arrest or something like that. Look how they've procrastinated over the guy already, which is utterly ridiculous in of itself. If anyone else did 10% of what Trump did, you know, we'll all be behind bars. So the fact that he's still roaming free is absolutely ridiculous. But I really do feel that, particularly as well, his money is his identity, isn't it? If you look back at the Trump archetypes, which I'm sure many of you have seen now, you remember where certain cards fell at the end of the reading? Yeah, the working girl and the star. Yeah, very, very interesting. So I still think, because of his international contacts and stuff like that, I still think he is going to run for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the cards and I'm going to show you Trump's chart. Yeah, so we can go over certain things. All right. Will Duck L'Orange, possibly wearing some of his golden boots, will Duck L'Orange make a sprint for it? Let's have to see. Will Duck L'Orange make a sprint for it? Will Duck L'Orange make a sprint for it? Let's see. So those are the cards pulled. So you can see those there. Now I'm going to quickly share the chart. Share his chart. So we do, let's do share again. Share screen. And then entire screen. And do share. And then I'll click up on my software again, and then let's go file open. I so love doing the astrology with you guys and showing you charts, like, and how I reach the conclusions that I reach based on the planetary placement, global astrology. And then let's scroll down to politics, my politics section, which of course is quite significant now. There's Duck L'Orange there, open. All right. Now, why do I keep saying, why have I been very consistent saying that he might flee? Now, the important thing to understand is it's to do with a certain planet he has, certain planets he has in a certain house. And wherever planets are, there's emphasis, just like I said, but stelliums are very significant, and that's 3 or more planets in one house. Some traditionalists say 4, but really it's 3 and above. This is what I've found. Now, the 12th house in particular deals with foreign lands, things overseas, discrete income, royalties, foreign governments, exports, imports, trade, goods and services. A lot of people may not necessarily associate the 12th house with that, but think about it. It makes sense, no? Because before we had aviation and cars, how was the majority of the trade done? Yeah, ships. And we still call it what? Shipping today. And we see with the incidences going on with the Houthis and the Red Sea, how important shipping still is. So the 12th house is the ocean. So it does deal with trade, goods and services. But it can also deal with secrets, elements of espionage, foreign governments, backhanders, bed pleasures. But I also call it the land of far, far away. It means to travel huge distances. So if you're in the States, that's like going from one side of America to the other or up and down. Or it means to cross an ocean. It also means islands, coastlines, beaches, exile. 12th house is also a house of exile. So if we look here, here's Duck L'Orange, Mars in the 1st house, conjunct the star Regulus, conjunct his ascendant, which is his Mars is at 3 degrees 40 minutes. And his ascendant is at 6 degrees 51 minutes. This is why he's got so much chutzpah and sheer front, basically, because he's got Mars in Leo in the sign of the king, conjunct his ascendant and conjunct the star Regulus. Yeah, voila, makes absolute sense. But let's count round to his 12th house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here, that Uranus-Rahu combination. Remember, he's born on an eclipse. 10th house with Uranus there and an eclipse Rahu, making all of that extreme, means an extreme weird career. He's an eccentric person. Anyway, 11, 12. Look at that. Saturn, Venus, and Pluto all in the sign, all in his 12th house in the sign of Cancer. What is Saturn? Government. Remember, Saturn is a planet of government. So here we can literally see, he has a relationship with foreign governments. Oh, surprise, surprise, which we already know, but this is explicit. What's Venus? Venus is trades, goods, services, but also women of all kinds. Women is beauty. Didn't he used to run beauty pageants? Wasn't there a little bit of the old you know what going on? Because look here, Pluto is here. What's Pluto? Pluto is what? The underworld, the underbelly. The positive of Pluto is alchemy, yeah, turning the lead into gold, stuff like that. There is a good side to Pluto, but most, particularly Duck L'Orange type characters, go for the shadow. And of course, Pluto can deal with people trafficking, people smuggling. It also deals with fascism, domination, power trips, control, cruelty, all of this kind of stuff. So if he's got Pluto with women, yeah, in the 12th house, grabbing by the you know what, yeah. But it also means the 12th house can also deal with losses. So it can also mean he can have a lot of losses from women. E. Jean Carroll, anyone? Yeah? Cost him an absolute fortune. Yeah? Could be ruinous. A lot of the judges that are prosecuting him are female, apart from loose cannon. I mean, we've got loose cannon, of course, is obviously trying to help him out. So it's not all going to be bad for him, but you can see it here, things here to do with foreign governments and stuff. But this is also a place of exile. At the moment, by transit, you can see here is Saturn in Saturn, remember, accountability and justice is happening in Duck L'Orange's 7th house in sidereal Aquarius, opposite his 1st. The seventh house is anyone that's not us, deals with marriage, relationships, trades, goods, services, etc. But it also deals with open enemies and court houses. Pretty obvious now, isn't it? He's being dragged through the courts. And as you can see, he's in his Jupiter K2. And do you remember years ago now, I think it was about 2 years ago. And I said at the time, and I got a lot of slap in the face for it, because I said, you know what, guys, I think real accountability is going to happen for Trump around about the 22nd of October, 2023. You know, obviously some people, you know, not everyone said bad things, but a lot of people chewed me out for that. Now look, yeah, look what happened. Once we hit October, that was when all of the, you know, the Georgia cases, all of this, that, and the other, all the wheels started coming off. Now look what it's like. K2 is snip, snip. Remember, I call him snip, snip. K2 is a very spiritual planet. But when K2 is wanting to teach you something, it's often very, very profound. And people that are too materialistic, often the way that K2 teaches them is by separating them, snip, snip, away from all of their earthly possessions. And I said at the time, and I've said before, I said K2 is taking a chainsaw to Duck Larange's finances, which you can see from the 22nd of October 2023, and he's going to go into Jupiter Venus on the 27th of September 2024. So in September 2024 this year, he goes into Jupiter Venus. Where is his Venus? Ding, 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 ding. It's in the 12th house, the house of exile, the house of losses, in the land of far, far away. How much longer really can Duck Larange hold on hemorrhaging this much money? Not even the RNC will be able to bail him out. Apparently they've only got 8 million in their account, and that's just a puff of smoke in comparison to the debts that Duck Larange is dealing with. Do you see? So for me, when I look at this, like I said, on or around 27th of September 2024. So you got to remember, this is like a month and loose change out from the actual elections. You know, that Venus is going to be activated, and it's there with Saturn, which is what? The planet of strictness, accountability, Pluto, the corruption, the underworld. So I think he's either going to get locked up or under house arrest at that time, or he's going to have to scarper, or it could be hospital, because guess what? Remember as well, 12th house also deals with not only exile, it deals with prisons and hospitals. Do you see how I've arrived at those conjectures, as it were? And obviously I read a lot of charts and all of that kind of stuff. Those are the three options. Duck Larange, if you're listening, I'll say, dude, take your golden boots and get the hell out of there while you still got a penny left in your account. This could be him going into hiding or exile. It could be, like I said, jail, but I think it's more likely house arrest, or he just has an epic thing connected with hospitals. So I just thought I would share that with you. I hope you found that interesting. I wasn't expecting to do 2 astrological digressions, but I hope you found that interesting. And I think it was important to actually talk about that and for you guys to see it from the Vedic perspective, which of course follows the true placements of the stars. Those are the 3 outcomes. I think those are the only 3 outcomes for Duck Larange. And once he goes into that Jupiter Venus, oh dear, that could be literally the incarceration or the final kind of judgment or whatnot. Let's see what the cards said, because remember, I pulled the cards before I did that. So let's see if that is echoed, if there's fleeing in here as well. Oh, look at that, trying to hold on. Of course, if we get the 6 of swords, that could also indicate that, but I don't want to preempt it too much. Let's have a look. Well, well, well. All right. Oh, wow. There's 420 of you now. Mwah! Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're finding this interesting. And sorry for the plug again. But if you have not subscribed or yet, please consider doing so. So that way this video reaches more people. And don't forget to, of course, to share. And also as well, spreading this knowledge of Vedic astrology so people can see how accurate it is. I know it's very different from the West, but you see when I put up the charts, makes sense, doesn't it? Anyway, looky here. Duck L'Orange. Look, trying to hold on to his pennies. He's like, oh my God. Yeah. Imagine if he didn't run his lips. If the guy, like I said, he has got his Mercury is in Gemini. Anyone who's got Mercury in Gemini, they cannot shut up. He can't shut up, not even for his own good. But now he's had to look, because now look, here he is literally Four of Pentacles trying to hold on to his money after these huge fines. He's probably thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do? Even for Duck L'Orange. Here we have the Temperance card, which is normally a really nice card. But look, it's turned up in the obstacle position. When the card is the right way up, this is talking about alchemy, yeah, balancing things out, harmony, you know, kind of arriving at a nice equilibrium. But we can consider this card reversed because it's in the obstacle position, which means disharmony, discord. I would say it's a bit like turning the engine in the key, and it's going the key in the engine of the car, and it's going. He can't get the chemistry to work. His usual tricks aren't working. This inexorable, slow, glacial procession of things. But remember, glaciers move very slowly, but they crush everything underneath. Remember, a glacier is what shapes the mountains, what creates the lakes when they melt. Yeah, just look at North America. That's why there's so many Great Lakes there, because that used to be all under ice once upon a time. So even though the wheels of justice are moving at a glacial pace, Duck L'Orange is starting to be crushed by the sheer weight and gravitas of the levels of lawsuits he's got. Here in the middle, what's it all about? Yeah. Look, we've got the Sun card here. Now, normally this is actually a very positive card, and in general, it's a positive card. But it's really interesting because this is also talking about what? Full illumination, enlightenment. It's all, look, it's becoming clear to Duck L'Orange just what his predicament is. He's like, oh my goodness. But guess what? The Sun card can literally mean hot countries. And we were talking about exile, weren't we? Or escaping. Ooh, could Jared perhaps maybe pull a few strings in Saudi Arabia? For entertainment purposes only. Who turns up next? Another major arcana card. Yeah, the Star. Now, look, this, of course, is Duck L'Orange. You remember that, obviously, you know, I have my alternative readings. For most people, this star represents America, and I think it does represent America as well. But in the shadow interpretation, I said this can often refer to what? Narcissists. That's not the official description of this card, but it's my one, and I associate it with what? Duck L'Orange and narcissism and anyone else who's acting like douchebaggery. So here you can see spirits tuning in. Duck L'Orange is beginning to realize the true level of his fate. Yeah. And he's like, and look at the outcome card, Strength card. He is gathering himself for the inevitable reality. As much as he might bluff and bluster, he knows he's in hot doo-doo. Yeah. This is a steaming hot cowpat of unpleasantness. Yeah. But here you see he's digging deep within. He's trying to find his strength. He's trying to find his supporters. And it's a really difficult, because like he has to win the presidency or nothing. Yeah, he has to, he's got no choice. He either wins or he gets those three outcomes that I was talking about. It's either going to be hospital, prison, or exile. Yeah, those are the three options that Duck L'Orange has if he doesn't become president. He's understanding that. I think he's actually probably quietly, well, he's already been moving obviously stuff overseas anyway. We can already see that shenanigans in his 12th house, but he's really doing it now. This suggests to me that he really is actually steeling himself. And think about it, kind of makes sense. He has to keep playing it out. He has to see that he can win the nomination, which he obviously will at this stage. I said he would. I said, do you remember when I pulled the cards? I said, watch out for Nikki Haley. I said, she's the dark horse. She's probably going to be the one that will run up against him. Yeah, it's happened. He'll probably still win the nomination because obviously they can't choose anyone else. I'd be astonished. I mean, they've not abandoned him yet, so why now? But it will become clear by September, well, before September, because obviously K2 snip snip is already working. But by September, by the time he goes into that Venus-Jupiter dasher, whether he's going to make it at all. And that is probably the last month. Think about it. The last month, 6 weeks, where he's probably going to be able to scarper and make a run for it. Yeah, before, because remember, all the trials have to come through. They have to make their, you know, there's going to be a bit more delay, this, that, and the other. One starting in March, you know, so it may be the trial concludes, but then, you know, the judgment might come down a few months later. So he kind of needs to get out of Dodge in a way before that, yeah, the handcuffs are on. So it could happen sooner, but it wouldn't surprise me. Major event happening in terms of Duc Larange's life with that kind of, we already see the Jupiter K2, but Jupiter Venus could be devastating for him. It could mean humongous losses, which he's already experiencing. So how not? Oh my God, the hour's gone already. Let me just quickly pull. And look, I'm going to say something else which people might find controversial. Yeah. This is what I believe. This is what I'm seeing. It could be the case that the US presidency is neither of the two that are running. Could be neither. Yeah, you know what that means as well, because obviously Joe Biden's the other one. Honestly, this year is very strange, guys. It's a weird year. Let me just pull a card to be like, who will be president? I'm going over a little bit, but indulge me. Let me just do this. Let's just see. Who will be, or let me see. Let's just see. What's the energy around it? What's the energy around it? If the cards are predominantly challenging, then yeah, you know, it means it could be challenging for both of them. Oh, look. Russia has shown up already. Oh, well. You know this card so well now, as you heard me speak about it. And as I've said before, who's under the Empress's skirts? This is my card for Putin, for Russia. Yeah, and all the tumbleweed. Look at that. Has turned up straight away. And we're asking the question, who's going to be president? Russia is going to meddle. Or, well, that's pretty obvious in a way, isn't it? But look, here it is. Or Russia-backed entities of some kind. This, for me, is Putinska's overseas operations. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Here, in the obstacle position, we've got the 8 of Wands. But remember, the 8 of Wands is about moving forward quickly and stuff like that. So this means, delays. Yeah, we can consider it reversed. There's going to be an element here of delays and trying to cause maybe some economic problems and stuff like that, because this can mean issues and stuff like that for business, etc. I think we're already seeing that happen, of course, in the Red Sea with the Houthis and stuff like that. So you see, I think that's lending more weight to what I've always believed, is that Putinska is involved with that as well and is trying to create economic disturbance, because the 8 of Wands reverse can talk about business not working, all of that kind of stuff. Here in the middle, we've got the Page of Wands. Again, so this is talking about the youth. The youth are going to be a big factor in this election. The way they vote will also potentially influence who is president or not. There could be some surprises, guys. If we look here, we have the institution. Yeah, the institution, the top-down structures. This is all members of the family on one card. Deals with legacies. This can often deal with the GOP as well, as you know that often. But this can also deal with the whole political structure, big business, everything like that. And then the outcome card is the 10 of Wands in reversed. When this card is the right way up, this is a very challenging card anyway, because it means feeling overburdened by duties and responsibilities. But here, when it's in reverse, it means the person almost wants to give up. There could even be an element where people give up on the usual established figures. Just saying, yeah. This year, 2024, is going to be a remarkably an unusual and weird year, particularly in terms of elections. We're going to see a lot of change, folks. So I don't think it's going to be the usual characters we have to see. And I know many of you obviously, you know, support Biden and stuff like that. And I'm not against Biden at all, but I'm just reading the cards. And what I sense, what I see in the astrology, remember that stellium that I showed you in 2025? That is something radically different, and it's coming up in the cards. You know, Dr. Orange probably ain't going to be able to stay in the race. So that already in of itself is unusual, to have a candidate potentially drop out, either because they have a health incident or because they get locked up or they flee the country. Or you could have something weird where Trump's in prison and he wins from jail or some rubbish like that. Or Nikki Haley has already said that she wants to kind of pardon him. Spineless creature. But either way, yeah, Russia, the Empress, will have an influence and is going to try and gum up the works. And then the youth are going to be involved, and there's going to be something very extremely burdensome that the established parties may find going forward. So the youth are going to make a big impact as well. I have to leave it there. I did way more astrology than I was planning to do. Thank you, everyone, for your questions. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe and share if you've not done so already. You will see me next, of course, on Hogili this weekend. So looking forward to that. I hope you found it interesting. I mean, I think we really went quite deep there, didn't we? I shared some stuff that I've not really shared with you guys before. And there were a lot of you here as well. I think it was like 455 of you here with me live. So I really do appreciate that. Hope you don't mind the earlier time as well. I've just got to get to bed earlier, folks. You know, all this lack of sleep is not good. So I will leave it there so the video is not too long. Big love to everyone, and I will see you on Saturday. Mwah! All right. Bye-bye for now. Cheers.